Good evening. Welcome to the Design Review Board meeting of August 25th, 2022. The Design Review Board meeting is now called to order. Please silence all cell phones at this time. The Design Review Board meeting is being broadcast live on Glendale TV, viewable on Spectrum Cable Channel 6 and AT&T Uverse Channel 99. Meetings are also streamed live in high definition on the city's webpage, glendaleca.gov/live, on youtube.com/myglendale, and on Apple TV, Roku, and Amazon Fire devices using a free app called ScreenWeave and choosing Glendale TV from the menu. Meetings are also archived on the city's website for viewing anytime at glendaleca.gov/agendas. For public comments during the meeting, please call 818-937-8100. City staff will be submitting the questions and comments in real time to the appropriate person. Current Design Review Board agendas are also available by visiting our website at www.glendaleca.gov. Records of decisions for all projects are posted online on the Planning Division's website. Please note that any appeal of a case heard today must be filed within 15 calendar days of the Design Review Board decision date. The appeal application is also available online. In terms of a roll call, Board Member Lockeruff.
Present.
Board Member Minas.
Present.
Board Member Chagayan is absent. Board Member Welch.
Present.
And Chair Simonian is also absent. In that regard, is there a nomination for a Chair Pro Tem for this evening?
I nominate Chairperson Welch.
Thank you. Is
I
there a
second.
second?
Thank you.
I second.
All in favor? I'm assuming yes. All right. Thank you, Chair Pro Tem Welch. Which then leads us to reports regarding posting of the agenda. The agenda for the August 25th, 2022 regular meeting of the Glendale Design Review Board was posted on the city's website on August 18th, 2022, and on the bulletin board outside City Hall on August 22nd, 2022. Next up, approval of minutes. We have two sets of minutes, the first being from July the 14th, and Board Member Lockeruff was absent that day. And also a set of minutes from August the 11th, and Board Member Minas was absent that day. So are there any board comments regarding these minutes? No comments?
No.
We do have a majority, so is there a motion to approve the minutes from the July 14th date?
Would you move?
I move to approve the minutes of both meetings.
I'll second.
Okay, well, unfortunately, you won't be able to approve the minutes for both meetings because
Oh,
you were
I'm
absent
yeah,
at
right,
one
right,
of them.
right.
So, but
Yeah,
we
that's
would be
true.
more than happy to have the motion for you
Yeah,
for the
June.
minutes of the 14th. So,
And I'll second the one for the 14th.
and so with that said, I'm assuming the two of you are in favor of the approval of the minutes, and which brings us to the next set of minutes from August the 11th. And is there,
I move to approve the minutes from August 11th.
okay, a motion by Board Member Lockeruff,
And I'll second that.
second by Chair Pro Tem Welch, and I'm assuming all in favor of approval of the minutes. So,
Yes.
great. Next up would be oral communications. Discussion is limited to items not a part of this agenda. I do not have any callers at this time for oral communications, which then brings us to board commission member comments, and we're going to quickly just interject. There was a new DRB board member that was nominated and approved this last week, or the week before, I should say, Mr. Joseph Kaskanian, and we are very pleased to have him join our board. He will be starting the second meeting in September, but unfortunately that means we have to say goodbye to Board Member Minas. So we would like to sincerely thank you for all your time and effort and service on the Design Review Board. I know as a licensed engineer. Your area of expertise in that specific regard was invaluable to the DRB. And you were just a very nice, fine gentleman, and thank you so much for your contribution.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure serving on a board. And honestly, I've learned a lot from my colleagues that have made comments. And I really appreciate the opportunity to serve on the board, and it's been a pleasure.
Thank you very, very much.
And I would like to voice my appreciation as well from Board Member Minas. We've been working together for several years now, and I've always appreciated your perspective on things. And so I sincerely appreciate your service to the community. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
I also value it. I've met you more recently on the board, but I really value your perspective and your expertise in engineering. And you'll be missed for sure.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
So with that said, I would like to then go to our regular new business. We have no items under old business. We have one item under new business, which is a case at 1555 Glenmont Drive. Either turn the meeting over to Chair Pro Tem Welch or to Ms. Cassandra Pruitt to
Let's ask Ms. Pruitt to kick us off. Thank you.
Thank you. Second.
Good evening, Chair, board members, and members of the public and applicants. I'm Cassandra Pruitt, case planner for the project proposed at 1555 Glenmont Drive. The project is a two-story addition to a one-story house and is a second submittal for final review. The project was originally reviewed by the board on January 28, 2021, where the board voted to return for redesign. The subject site is a 16,950 square foot interior lot located north of Mountain Street, near the northerly terminus of Glenmont Drive on the west side. The site is located in the R1R Restricted Residential Zone, Floor Area Ratio District 2. This zoning allows a 15-foot front setback and a maximum total floor area of approximately 4,700 square feet for this site. The existing house is approximately 3,000 square feet, which is currently consistent with the other homes in the neighborhood. It was built in 1947 and added onto 4 times over subsequent years. It is a one-story, which is also consistent with the neighborhood pattern, and it has an attached 2-car garage extending from the front facade and facing the street. The site slopes somewhat at the street front and rear of the property. At the street front, it slopes upward towards the north and parallel to the street. The site also slopes up steeply toward the rear of the property behind the existing building pad. The property does not appear to be eligible for historic designation and is not considered a historic resource under the California Environmental Quality Act. These photos show the site conditions as viewed from the street and as viewed from the rear of the property on the lower right. The first project submitted for board review featured a 1,480 square foot 2-story addition with a 1-car garage and 2 second-story balconies. The addition extended from the front facade into the front yard and added a second story onto the existing 1-story building. In the photo on this slide, the addition is on the left. The board decision for the project was returned for redesign to address 3 main comments. 1, to reduce the mass and size. 2, redesign the project to eliminate the second floor, possibly by creating a basement level to retain that area's proposed uses. And 3, coordinate the fascia lines and wall heights of the addition with those of the existing house to provide better design integration. The revised proposal under consideration is to add a 2-story, 1,577 square foot addition at the front of the property. The addition includes an attached 1-car garage and new driveway leading to it, as well as an approximately 30 square foot second-story balcony at the front facade and an approximately 150 square foot second-story deck at the rear. In this slide, the blue line indicates the existing building outline and the red lines indicate the addition and the decks. In terms of site planning, the addition is located in the front yard of the subject site, extending toward the street from the front facade. However, it is outside of the front setback and behind the front facade of the house adjacent to the south. Although the new one-car attached garage location at the front isn't consistent with the overall development pattern along Glenmont Drive, it is consistent with the adjacent house to the south. The project preserves a large portion of the site for yards and open space and proposes a variety of low water use plants in the front yard. Although the landscape plan does have a note indicating permeable paving for the new driveway, it's not shown on the site plan or the material board, so a condition of approval has been recommended to ensure permeable paving is used. The upper floor plan indicates the existing building to the left and the addition to the lower right. The lower floor plan indicates the existing basement at the upper left and the addition and new garage at the lower right. Regarding mass and scale, the elevations demonstrate the addition from various angles as shown in the red boxes. The addition continues the roof line of the existing one-story house and adds massing below it by following the downsloping topography. The 26 feet and 11-inch two-story addition raises the existing building height from 17 feet 9 inches to 27 feet 1 inch. However, the added height occurs below the existing roof line. A variety of exterior finished details help break up the massing, including varied siding materials, a bay window, and a balcony. This slide represents renderings of views of the addition from the south side of the property, which is at the downslope on the left, and the north side of the street, which is at the upslope on the bottom right slide. The addition utilizes a variety of high-quality materials that are appropriate to the architectural style and consistent with the existing house, including clapboard siding, brick veneer wainscoting, stucco cladding, asphalt shingle roofing, iron railing with an appropriate pattern, modest wall-mounted light fixtures, and a paneled steel garage door which will be installed for both garages. A bay window adds further variety to the architectural detailing. The new windows aren't shown as being non-sliders and recessed with sill per the design guidelines, so a condition is recommended calling for all new windows to be recessed within their openings, to have sills, and be either hung or casement in operation. The revised project has addressed the board's comments from the original proposal because the addition has been lowered to align the second story with the existing first story and push the second story into the hillside, aligning the wall heights and fascia boards to the existing one-story house. This achieves the intended effect of removing the two-story massing which previously towered above the existing house. As a note, 2 public support letters were received from neighbors who live on the street, and those were forwarded to the board prior to the meeting. Based on the information just presented, the staff recommendation is approve with conditions to address the windows and driveway paving. That concludes my presentation. Thank you.
Very good, thank you. Are there any questions?
I don't have any questions at this time.
Board Member Minas, any questions?
Just one question. From the new garage that is subterranean, there is a living space behind the garage leading to a bedroom. Is this new addition, the subterranean, directly connected to the existing basement? That's sheet A103. There's an existing basement below the house, so you're connecting to it.
I believe it is, if you want to pull up the floor plan.
So the existing basement will be connected to the proposed addition.
I believe so.
I believe that was the case, yeah. I thought
And
so.
also, in our previous condition, we had addressed the size of the addition to be reduced. However, it's about 95 square foot bigger, but this is subterranean, not above ground, right? The addition, the 95 square foot addition is added to the basement or the basement area, not above ground.
The part of the addition is subterranean. The reason that the size got a little bit bigger is because they had to reconfigure the floor area, and they had to add this hallway area along the bedroom in order to connect, and so it ended up adding a little bit of floor area.
All right, thank you.
And just to be clear, the basement isn't truly subterranean. It is on one side, but you can see it on the front and also on the left side.
Right, right.
So it's partially subterranean, let's say.
On the upslope side, yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. So with no more questions, we will call on the applicant, Suren Vardanyan.
All right. Good afternoon. Thank you for having a quorum. I'm glad to finally see you all here in person. During our last review, we received few comments to be considered for redesign. We've been working closely with the planning staff, making many adjustments and revisions to address the comments and much more. And now we are presenting the new design that addresses all the comments. It was very challenging to design the original design to satisfy the living needs of the homeowners while still trying to meet all the design guidelines, and even more challenging to redesign around the compromises that the homeowners could accept while keeping the overall aesthetics and complying with the design guidelines and the board's comments. But I believe the current design achieves this. As advised, we have greatly reduced the massing by completely removing the second floor addition and pushing it down to the basement level. The addition is now a direct projection of the existing first floor, which makes it look original to the existing house. The new roof is now lower than the existing roof. The addition is not only subordinate to the existing house, but also to the adjacent house to the south of it, even though the elevation of the terrain is significantly higher on this property. We aligned the fascias of the new roof with the existing, which was one of the conditions. We moved the required additional garage to the basement level, which helped minimize the additional hardscape. The addition is now more appropriately positioned in relationship to the terrain. We've made the new hardscape permeable to soften the look and impact on the environment. And actually, if you look at the landscape plans, it is indicated that it's permeable. On the site plan, it just says open grid pavers, but on the landscape plans, it shows that. So our intention is to have permeable pavers. We have proposed new drought-tolerant landscape improvements at the front yard to enhance the look of the property from the public right-of-way and to make the front lawn more sustainable. I believe with the guidance we received from planning staff, we were able to achieve a great design that complies with all the guidelines and zoning codes, with all the great, which will be a great addition to the growing family and to the community. I would like to thank you once again for being here today and for giving us the opportunity to present our project. I'd like to thank the planning staff for all the guidance that throughout this process, and I would like to thank Cassandra for giving a great presentation of our project. Based on these changes, we would like to receive an approval today, and I would like to open to any questions that the board might have.
Are there any questions?
I don't have any questions.
I don't have any questions.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Our next speaker is George Callard.
Good evening, board. Thank you so much for taking another look. I also want to thank you, Cassandra. It was an excellent presentation. It was really great to see it on the board, a little bit removed from PDFs on my laptop for many months. We are very excited to have it up. We think the new project actually fits rather well. We're happy with the feedback that we got from the board on the first round. Our southerly neighbor is actually a two-story house, and as Suren mentioned, I think now with this plan, we're lower and smaller than what our neighbor is already, so I think that works really well. A couple neighbors actually came up to me on the street and said they thought the plan looked great, and they felt that the flag structure shows that it doesn't invade on anyone's views or somehow create any issues with privacy, so we're very happy that it would be something that was good for our neighborhood. And generally, we both have multiple sets of older parents who have mobility issues. So part of the idea for this was to keep as much on the same level as possible. So we have the new addition on the main floor connect seamlessly with no steps. And then on the lower floor, I think there is one step, but it's very minimal and will help so that if we have family from both here and in Europe stay with us longer, it doesn't feel like we're getting in everyone's way. So that was sort of the general impetus. And then lastly, I think the size came up. I just want to make sure everyone's on the same page. We are within the allowable size for our lot size. I think it happens to be a large lot, so I think people see it and always act a little surprised, but I think that was that. So thank you so much, and I'm here for any questions as well.
Okay, thank you. Are there any questions?
I don't have any questions.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Are there any other speaker cards or callers on the matter?
We have one caller. Mr. Samari. Mr. Samari, you're live on the air with the Design Review Board.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for letting me speak. I just wanted to give my support for this project. The exciting thing is that what this family is doing is improving the look of the neighborhood, and our family is definitely in support of it. And so I don't want to take up too much of your time. I just wanted to give our vote for this project. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm just double checking. It appears that there are no other callers.
Okay,
That said,
all right.
I don't know if there's a rebuttal necessary or
Don't think that there is a rebuttal necessary since they spoke in favor. So shall we move to board member comments unless there are any other questions?
Comments would be great, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
go ahead, start us off.
Sure. I'll just start by saying that, thank you to the applicant and staff. I think you collaborated and came to a really great design. I do support it, and I think that all your hard work has produced an even nicer design. You've addressed the comments very well. The design's lovely. The mass has been reduced. Definitely, it looks great. It looks very seamless, and I think it's even more lovely now for sure. And so, I'm in support of this project. I don't have any additional comments at this time, but I'll open it to my colleagues.
Board member Means.
Thank you. The report from the staff, and thank you for the presentation of the project. I also like the new design over the previous design that we had reviewed previously. And I looked at the site again, and the proposed construction doesn't really deprive any of the neighbors from any views or privacy issues. I like it, and of course, I noticed that the roof line of the proposed addition is actually lower than the building to the south. The south building looks even more massive. And from the street, it looks very, very normal, no gross projection of the roof above the normal level. So I like the design, and I'm in favor of the project. Thank you.
Thank you. And for me, also thank staff and the applicant for the submission. And my main comment is, I think you nailed it. I think it is a very well-considered design. I was here for the first case, and I remember, the discussion about it. And I think this really fits the bill. And notwithstanding the fact that it is a little bit larger, it doesn't appear that way at all. If anything, it appears way smaller than the earlier design. So I think from that perspective, it works very well. I think programmatically, hopefully it works better even, because at least you have one bedroom that's on the same level, and the other one is at level with, or close to at level with street level. So I think from a mobility standpoint, it probably works pretty well. So I echo my fellow board members here that I'm in favor of it. So with that, I'll entertain a motion.
Well, I move to approve the project with the conditions of the staff. And of course, as the applicant indicated, that paving, permeable paving already is in a design, but needs to be clearly shown on on the general plans.
I second the motion.
Okay. Roll call.
Oral. I don't know, I'll go ahead.
Maybe a duet.
It's a duet. Board Member Lockerup,
Yes.
Board Member Minos,
Yes.
and Chair Pro Tem Welch.
Yes.
The motion passes 3-0. And with that said, there are no other staff, there is one last staff announcement. The next meeting on September the 8th is being canceled. So there will be no Design Review Board meeting on September the 8th. So the next regularly scheduled meeting is on September the 22nd. So have a wonderful, happy, safe, healthy Labor Day weekend. And we will see you all back in approximately a month.
Okay. Will somebody move to adjourn?
Yes.
I move to adjourn.
Or adjourn?
At 5:30.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Make me wanna break down, have me hella